Hey everybody, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're Diary of a Family.
We're living life intentionally. Oh, hello Eddie. We're living life intentionally with you. We're coming to you from Tucson Lazy Days KOA.
Pizza cuddles! To tell everybody where we're camping.
It's a big park. Nobody's going to be able to find us.
No.
Pizza cuddles!
Yep.
It's beautiful, guys, here. It is so beautiful.
Mommy, let me see something.
Okay, hang on. Today we're going to do the challenge that Kent and Lisa from Living Light RV challenged us to do. It is called the
This or That Challenge.
The This or That Challenge. We have 30 questions, I think.
It's the RV edition. I don't know, I didn't know there was other editions, but... I'm going to try to jump on here so that I am live with you guys. I'm trying to figure it out. Go ahead and Question of the video.
Oh yeah, what are we going to ask?
What is your favorite RV park that you've ever been to? It could be the amenities, it could be the just the environment, the nice camping. Is it, you know, tell us your favorite place to camp. I know not everybody has an RV, but if you've had a place where you've gone camping or anything like that, just let us know.
Do you see you on the camera there?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we had a, what do you call it?
What? Garrett had a job this morning.
I had a job that came up.
We're running late.
Yep.
That's okay. We're running late.
So if you're just joining us on the chat, hello and welcome.
No. I'll type it in here. Hello.
Hello. Question.
Hello, Eddie.
So, we were busy this morning. We got some remodeling done.
Oh my gosh, good footage.
Yeah.
We've got lots of remodel projects going on here in our beautiful solitude.
I came back and there was a whole bench out and I was like, oh my. She was not afraid to use that screw gun and start moving things.
Heck no. It's so easy to remodel your RV. Up, a couple of screws, the whole dinette comes out.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So,
Mommy, look at that tree.
We are attempting to make our RV more functional,
livable,
and more livable.
I mean, after 2.5 years of living in it, it's, you know, things are wearing out, things are falling apart, and you just have to start replacing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all it is.
No.
Especially when you have 3 kids that demolish things. So.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Hi.
Right there.
I know. You see us on the camera.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
hey, Eddie,
right there.
What are Emma and Timmy doing inside?
No.
I'm gonna go inside. What they're doing.
You're gonna go inside?
And what they're doing.
So we wanted to try and stay as close to our normal time as possible, which is why we didn't really schedule an event. We like to schedule our live streams out, but today was just not one of those days that it was possible.
I mean, life's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Life's gonna happen. I really like this park because there's shade throughout. I mean, a lot of the areas have trees, and most of the trees are fruit trees. And you see people walking around with like apple pickers. I think you can get them from the KOA park here, and you can go around and pick fresh lemons. I've made some lemonade. The kids picked some lemons the other day, and
making me thirsty.
We've got a little tiny grapefruit. Sorry guys, I have a frog in my throat today. Anyway. Oh, Bridget's on. Hi Bridget. We love you. Thanks for checking in. Bridget's texting me and she's like, are you guys going live today? When are you going live? I'm like, hang on. Garrett had to work. He just got back.
Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties then. So.
Bridget, we do have a question for you.
Yeah.
What is your favorite campground or campsite that you have been to?
Favorite campsite?
It could be a RV park, it could be a boondocking. I think it'll fit well within our This or That challenge. So.
Bridget said, I had to leave and turn off YouTube. And then she says, if you guess lemons, Richard can make lemon curd. Ooh. Well, we're sitting here and right behind the camera, just across the way here is a lemon tree loaded.
Yeah, I mean, and just across on the other side of the RV is another lemon tree too. So, I mean, they're all over the place.
They are. And there's something blooming right now all over the place. It smells like perfume all over the park.
Mom, Dad, let me say something.
Without further ado,
Yeah.
why are you hushing us? We're on our live stream. You
I
need to
want
let
to
us
say
talk.
something.
Okay, say one thing.
Pizza cutters!
Okay, all right. Now you need to be quiet so Mommy and Daddy can do the this or that
Challenge.
challenge RV edition. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. All right, the first question is campground or boondocking?
It depends on the time of year. I like boondocking, even though we don't have the most optimal rig for it. I do definitely prefer boondocking because I mean you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's too hot or too cold, it gets uncomfortable, and then also being too dusty. But
Yeah.
we've boondocked for months on end and been just fine. This year, it's been a little more difficult just because the weather's been so crazy. Sometimes it's too hot, sometimes it's too cold.
Yep.
But really, it's been the dust that's been
Yeah.
the worst. We're kind of in a really dusty part of Arizona.
Well, and even when we boondocked last year in Tucson, or in Phoenix, sorry, we found some areas that, I mean, it was more rocky than it was, I mean, the kids would come in covered in dirt and stuff, but that was 'cause they
Not
were
like
just-
here.
But out here, the dust is like talcum powder.
It's bad.
and
It
it just
flies
flies-
everywhere. Yeah.
Well, in our trust land experience out here was less than optimal.
I mean, I loved having that private patch
Oh,
of
it was
ground
nice.
to ourselves, but it was 3 inches of dust. So
Yeah.
Bridget wanted to know what Eddie was yelling. He said pizza cutter. Can I see it? He has a little Play-Doh pizza cutter.
Yes, I want to keep.
You want to keep it.
Okay.
You can keep it. Are we tanning? Yeah, we're tanning.
I don't
Garrett's
know.
getting more tan than I am. I've been spending a lot of indoor time at the hospital.
Yeah. We're in the shade.
We are in the shade.
And then you came back.
And then I came back
Yeah.
from work. Okay, question number 2. I'm having trouble flipping back and forth really fast. Number 2, Class A or towable? I don't know. That's a hard one because we haven't really done a Class A. We don't have experience.
We don't have experience in a Class A, really. I think what would make the determining factor for us is how we travel.
Yeah.
If for some reason our travel style became more like, let's say, the Loftuses, like Loftus Party of 6, where they
when they were traveling.
when they're
yeah.
traveling all the time and they were just one location and one location and I mean they were going fast.
Yeah.
And so for them, they could be traveling, doing schoolwork. They could do all their errands. I mean, they could do it all while they were driving down the road.
Yeah.
And when they got to a place to stop, they just, push a button, everything levels, lights come out. Their whole antenna, comes up. It's all automated.
Yeah.
I like towables because once we're in a location, we have access to a vehicle, and we don't have. We have 2 vehicles, but that's just one's a commuter car. So.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense for us to have an A-Class right now. So it's towable, and for us, 5th wheel because you have more space, and it's better for driving. Like it's safer than a pull, like a bumper pull.
Yeah.
So. Oh, Miss Bridget has an A-Class. She said, me, Class A all the way with a family towable.
Yeah.
So, and that works well for them. Very good. Okay.
Well, and I would love to try a Class A, but I also know that Class A's are higher maintenance.
Mhm.
And when some things go wrong with them, like today, it's a lot more difficult to get to that things. So.
Okay, so question number 3 is gas or diesel?
Diesel.
We have 2 vehicles, so one is gas and one is diesel.
It depends on your purpose. It really does. If you have if it's a commuter car, then gas.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Technically
little.
usually cheaper. Right now,
Usually cheaper.
diesel is
Right now,
actually cheaper.
diesel is
Diesel
more
is actually
cheaper.
cheaper in Arizona.
That's crazy.
Um,
You guys, it's like $2.95 or $2.98 for just unleaded gas. It's
some
crazy.
places, yeah, it's almost
It's
$3 and
crazy.
something for.
And so diesel is like $2.67 or
Well,
something.
no, it's more like $2.85, but it's still cheaper.
Diesel is cheaper. What? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hello, Tunstead.
Tunstead,
John Shocker, is he?
welcome. Hi,
Question
John
for
Shocker.
the newcomers: what is your favorite campground that you have camped at? It can be an RV park, It could be a tent camping area. It could be boondocking. Let us know in the chat.
Otherwise, we will continue with our
This or that challenge.
This or That challenge, RV edition. We are on question number 4. Composting, toilet, or black tank?
Pizza cutters.
Composting, toilet, or black tank? What do you prefer?
I'm used to the black tank. I don't know if I know some people that have done composting and they said never again. And I know other people that do composting and said that's the only way we'll go.
Yeah.
It's really the type of, I think for us with the amount of people we have in our RV, it makes more sense to have a black tank and a flushable toilet than it does a composting toilet.
Because how do you teach a 4-year-old how to do it right? I mean,
can't even teach them to go inside.
But I really enjoyed going to see Life is a Joy, and they
Homemade composting.
They made a homemade composting toilet. He did it all from scratch.
Yeah.
And I mean, he even took a little motor, and so you just push a little button, and it turns
It's like an auger motor or something.
The pellets inside,
turns
so
up
kind of covers over the poop inside.
Yeah, if you haven't
really
watched
cool.
our tour of Life is a Joy's schoolie, definitely go check that out.
Hope
That's
Marks has joined. Welcome, Hope. Can't wait to see you next week. And Bridget, I think Bridget is coming into the area too soon, so we're gonna have lots of fun.
Yeah.
Bridget says my favorite place is Valley Vista in Harlingen, Texas. I think I said that right. Harlingen. Harlingen.
Mm.
It has a bird sanctuary in the park. That is totally cool.
That's pretty nice.
I mean, that might even be better than all these fruit trees all over this KOA. That's really cool.
Though I'm really wanting to try some of that lemonade because
Well,
I came from working under a trailer and then started a live stream. So.
And I didn't get you any lunch. I'm sorry. The lemonade is not chilled. I can't get it in the refrigerator. It's too big a container.
Oh.
And our ice maker isn't up and running yet.
Did you guys know that Carolyn won us an ice maker?
I did. My comment won. It was a contest put on by my company Atlas for all of the nurses that work for Atlas, and our good friends the Farnsworths actually introduced the contest.
Yeah.
So we won it. So we won it, and somebody else they bought 2 ice makers.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Eddie, I'm concerned you're gonna fall. Can you go sit on Daddy's lap right now? Mommy's trying to switch between questions and reading comments.
Hey, bud, come here.
Here, go sit with Daddy.
Come here.
It's okay. He's got a squishy lap.
Bud, come
Go sit with Daddy. Our next question is solar or generator. So start thinking about that.
Solar or generator?
Solar or generator. Which one? Which one?
Both.
Which one? Both. Tell us how.
This or that or both. The problem with solar is you can't just have solar. You have to have a backup.
Cloudy, rainy day.
If it's a cloudy, rainy day or a snowy day or a snowy week or a rainy week and you're boondocking, you're not getting power.
Yeah.
And so you can't just live primarily off of solar. You have to have another source. You want to go inside? All right, go have fun.
Miss Bridget said the G is soft.
The G is soft.
You're squishy. Daddy has a squishy.
Ask Emma to turn the show on
Ask
for you.
Emma to turn the show on for you. That's fine.
The G is soft. So I would say if you want to boondock, because you're not going to be using solar in an RV park.
No.
Unless you're trying to lower your utility bill,
Which
and then
is
you
true,
can have power
'cause, like,
management.
Right here in this park, it's the monthly rate plus utilities.
Electricity, yeah.
So I suppose if you don't want to plug in too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it is a possibility,
Yeah.
but a system like that, you're doing $3,000 to $6,000.
It's About Time Now has joined us.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. And How to Garden as well. Hello. Glad you've joined us. We are in the middle of the This or That
Challenge.
your 30 question challenge, RV edition. We are on question number 5, I think now.
Yeah. Living Light RV did challenge us for this
Yeah,
challenge.
you should check out Living Light RV's live stream from last week. They're pretty funny. They go through it as well. John Chalker, thank you very much. I know you think we do a wonderful job. We're very thankful that you keep joining us as well. Yes, redundancy and fail safes. Have a generator along with solar. Thank you. That's from It's About Time Now.
Yep.
Bridget says there are spoonbills, herons, egrets, ducks, turtles, and red ants. I was getting some good footage and then realized I was on a red ant colony. Oh no. I hope you didn't get bit too much.
Can you get pet red ants?
Tunstead's gonna check out Valley Vista because they're huge birders.
That's
So
cool.
that's cool. And Tunstead, we're still your biggest toonies.
Yep.
Everybody should check out Tunstead on Wednesday evenings. Actually, it's they go live at the same time we premiere our video. So we usually finish our premiere and then jump over
and watch them.
It's pretty cool.
It's been nice to have them doing their live streams again. We definitely missed it when they didn't do it for a while.
Yeah. And so if you jump over there, they'll actually do a little tune of you, and you can become their favorite toonie too. All right, let's go back to our questions. Okay, so we've done solar or generator. Number 6 is slides or no slides.
Somebody turned on the Peanuts movie for me.
Peanuts?
Okay. Awesome. All right, Peanuts movie has started in there. Edison should be good for another hour and a half.
Hopefully. Okay, so what do you think? Slides or no slides? I know what I'm going to say. You want me to say it first?
It depends on if you have kids or not. Slides if you have kids. If you have no kids, I would love an Airstream.
Yeah, I think we could do without slides if we didn't have so many bodies. With the slides, it makes it really nice to give us extra space. I mean, because when it's all closed in, like, it wouldn't be very much space for us to live in.
Well, and the opposable slides on this Grand Design and the extended width, it makes a huge difference.
I know a lot of people are concerned about, like, the slides not functioning properly, but I got him. He can figure out what's going on with our slides.
Yeah. Proper maintenance and proper power in your RV. You will very rarely have a problem. Most of the problems that we've had in our RV have been power related due to us not charging the batteries all the way.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. I guess it's really nice not to have slides so that you can fit into small spaces. But we've done okay. We've parked into some pretty interesting spots. There was one in Texas at one of the 1,000 Trails that
Texoma.
We had a tree basically right by the back door, and the slide just came out and gave you like that much at the bottom. I had you parked perfectly.
Yeah, she had me parked perfectly, and it was within an inch or two of the slide.
Like literally, the tree trunk was like an inch from the slide.
But that was one of the free 50 amp ones.
It was.
And
it was
like,
really
if
nice.
you can get in there.
Yeah.
Yes. Or no, was it 30 amp, but it had sewer?
It was a 50 amp, upgraded, but no sewer.
No sewer.
But we weren't going to be there long enough to need the sewer.
Yeah.
It was going to be like 4 days or something.
And that was one of the nicer 1,000 Trails that we'd been to.
Yeah. It was Lake Texoma?
Lake Texoma.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
X marks the spot. Remembered that because that was the first time we met them.
Yes, that was our first meetup.
And they parked right next to us and camped there with us for a few days.
Tunstead said thanks for the shout out. In Texas, Hope says, those red ants are called fire ants because they burn. They like it's like fire.
I think I've been bitten by them.
When they hit you. Yep.
Yeah, Georgia has them, and when I was at the academy, there was one of the cadets that was with me or whatever, officers, and he was doing push-ups, and a red ant, he had to get a cast in his arm because his whole arm he just got bit so fast.
Oh man. Okay, question number 7. 1,000 Trails or KOA? We're sitting in a KOA right now.
We love 1,000 Trails and their membership. However, it has been really hard for us to really get our money's worth out of a KOA. Or out of 1,000 Trails, sorry.
Okay, this is how I see it. KOAs, we've been to kind of a nasty KOA, but most KOAs are really nice.
Yes.
But they're gonna cost you, even if you have the KOA membership and are getting a discount or this or that. It's still gonna cost
their
you.
membership it's what, $33 a year. So I mean, the discount they give you is really proportionate to
your membership.
To your membership.
With Thousand Trails, if you're gonna use it and jump from park to park to park like a lot of our friends do, it is worth the membership.
Yes.
You will save a lot. But they're falling apart, you guys. I don't think we've been to a Thousand Trails park yet that is as nice as like this KOA that we're sitting in.
Yeah, I think the nicest one was the Lake Texoma.
Yeah.
Or Verde Valley.
Verde Valley was putting things in.
They were upgrading, but
it wasn't nice like that. It didn't feel like a resort.
This feels definitely
like a resort.
And there is families after families, and we actually met. There's like 3 families that are full time on the road that we're on, and
Hope says lots of spiders there in Texas.
Yes.
And It's About Time says we have those fire ants in Florida. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Texas was really bad. Louisiana was really bad.
Yep.
We haven't been to Florida yet, so we'll watch out for those there. And Tunstead's talking to How to Garden that they're working on the homestead. A lot of garden prep. Yep.
Well,
my mom's going to start working on garden prep. Yep. I miss gardening. I really do. It was a lot of work, but just going out and picking your own fresh vegetables, and they taste so much better than the store-bought stuff.
Yep.
So I miss that. I miss that.
Back to the question.
Okay, I know we're gonna be here forever, you guys. If I can.
Well, it'll be the whole hour.
Okay, Harvest Host or Walmart parking lot. To tell you the truth, guys, we had a Harvest Host membership. We've never been able to stay at a Harvest Host.
Every time we've called, they either never answer.
Don't answer at all.
Or they called back like 2 weeks later. Oh, did you guys need a reservation? I'm like, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago we needed one. Or they say, sorry, we have an event, so we can't have you parking here.
Yeah.
So we've never been able to use it. So.
And I know people that
Walmart
literally travel exclusively and Harvest Host, and like, this is the most amazing thing ever.
It's great if you can actually get those reservations.
Yeah.
I think it would be really nice, but you know what I think works better for us is doing the faithful parking.
Yes.
Because
that worked out well.
We know that money is going directly to a ministry, and it is safer for the kids.
Yeah.
We feel like they can run around and be safe, whereas at a Walmart parking lot they have to be in the rig or in the store with us shopping.
Yep.
We really can't let them run around the parking lot at all.
Yeah.
Those are just the overnights, quick stop, let's move on.
And we have been in quite a few interesting Walmarts, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's definitely for sure. Our View of America has joined us.
Hello,
welcome.
hello,
They say hello, everyone. We love our Harvest Host membership. I'm glad it's working for you, and a lot of people say they're great.
Yeah.
And I'd love to check out some farms and some wineries, but in our traveling, we've tried multiple times to use Harvest Host, and we never get a spot. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too bad, huh?
But it is also, it's the life of I don't know if you want to get the next question.
Okay.
It's the life of a travel nurse.
Yeah.
Really, because I would say Thousand Trails and a lot of KOAs are in areas that have high tourism, high population, high transit, and a lot of times the contracts we get are not necessarily in those kind of places.
Yeah.
So for us, sometimes we are just like, we have to take, like St. Louis, we had to go across the river to a small RV park. Granted, it was a nice RV park. It was a good rate. But
it was in a sketchy part of town.
Yeah, there's no Thousand Trails within 1,000 miles.
No Thousand Trails anywhere.
Yeah. So it doesn't really make much of a difference for us to have some of these memberships if we can't use it all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so next question is state park or national park? For us, it's got to be, for camping in.
For camping in?
We've never been able to stay at a national park other than Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon, yeah.
Because
that's probably one of the only parks that's big enough.
Our rig is too small. So state parks is what it's going to be. It's what it's going to be for us.
The parks are too small for our RV.
I mean, looking at the Texas state parks that we've been through, they have bigger campsites.
Yeah.
You can get in and out. So for us, it'll be state parks. We visit into the national parks. We don't camp there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I mean, except for that one time at the Grand Canyon, but that was
Yeah.
a special circumstance, and we had fun. That was a good one.
Bridget likes Thousand Trails, Encore, and yes, Thousand Trails needs to upgrade more, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Nurse and Travel Bug just joined.
Hello, welcome. Can't wait to see you guys next week. Woohoo! They say Heidi ho, boys and girls. Alejandro, welcome. I work with him. He's joining us for the first time.
Awesome.
Oh, and he's joining us from work, so hopefully it's not too busy there. We had 5 patients when I left yesterday morning, but I think there were a couple discharges planned. So don't work too hard, Alejandro.
So we are getting started late. So if we go over the 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or whatever time,
It's because we started at
we
like
started late.
2:20.
2:20, 2:30.
2:25.
Yeah.
It's about time now. Says Everglades National Park can accommodate your big rig. It has electric. Awesome. We'll check that out. And Everglades, that's going to be in Florida. Very cool. I've heard that some of those national parks in Florida are absolutely gorgeous.
Well, and there's actually boondocking in Florida too.
Yes.
So
We love boondocking.
Yep.
Okay. So that state or national park was number 9. Number 10, beach or mountain.
I like mountains.
Me too. I like mountains.
The-
But we really haven't camped too much on a beach.
No, we have to go and experience. We've been to the beach, but not with our RV.
For me, we always vacationed in the mountains at a friend's cabin.
Yeah.
So for me, that's relaxing. For me, that is getting away. We
Yeah.
visited the ocean a couple times as a family, but not overnight, not to stay, not to camp. So for me, camping, it's the mountains.
Yep.
Okay, number 11, propane fire or wood fire? Propane.
Propane, yeah.
Okay, we live in our rig, okay? And we do laundry at a laundry facility, at a laundromat. I don't like the wood fire smoke smell all
Yeah.
over our clothes on
It
a
just-
daily basis.
It just gets over everything.
Yeah.
A propane fire, you don't have that smell afterwards.
Yeah. So Garrett bought me the Camco, what is it?
The
Little
red.
campfire.
Yep.
And it's so cute. It's only about that big
Do you
around.
want me to bring it out?
No,
It's
no.
like-
And it stands up off the ground about that high, about a little bit over a foot.
We have multiple friends who have it, and they've highly recommended it. And
Well,
we've sat around their
we've
camp-
sat around their little reds,
Yeah.
so we were like, I got to get this. So he bought it for me for Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Um,
and it was
so-
broken. But don't get me started.
Bridget wants to know when we're going to Florida. We are.
We don't
It's
know.
a toss-up. That'll be wintertime.
Yep.
And either this winter or next winter, depending. We're kind of tossing around going back to Texas all winter next year.
Yeah.
Next winter. So that's what we're thinking. But we haven't been to Florida yet.
No.
And so we need to do that at some point. All right. I was just checking if we had any new comments.
You can double tap the home button.
I'm sorry,
And
I don't know
switch
how to
between-
do it. Okay, number 12, dogs or cats?
Kids.
Kids, we don't have any
We
animals.
don't have pets. I would like to have a well-behaved dog when the kids are ready to handle the responsibility.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. Because I love like nursing our travel bug with Bernie.
Oh yeah.
It's their kids' responsibility to go walk Bernie, to go
feed him,
feed him, to go to potty.
Yep.
And so it's a responsibility exercise for them, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
For our kids, it would be just like
I don't know. They would need the practice, but what? You've got to train them at some point, right?
you do have to
We-
train,
we've-
and I think maybe in a couple years.
We've met so many different people with so many different dogs, and so many of them I've been like, "Oh, your dog is so wonderful. I want to just keep your dog."
Yeah.
But no, we can't take their special pet away from them. I love cats too, but it just when I see people with cats, other than the ones that were all indoors all the time, the ones that are in their little cat carrying case or on a leash, I'm like, that's not a
Seen
life
someone try
for
to walk
cat.
a cat. Most cats are just like,
Yeah, yeah.
what are you doing?
For an elderly cat who is an indoor cat anyway,
Yeah.
without children in the rig, perfect pet, I think. They'd have their territory and it wouldn't change. But I grew up with barn cats and cats that were indoor outdoor, and they just don't travel well.
Well, and we had a cat when we were in a house.
Yeah.
But really and truly, he was a mouser.
Yeah.
And he spent most of his time outdoors.
He came in for pets.
Yep.
And he came in for food and water, and then he'd leave again.
Yeah. But I tell you, I don't think we really ever had mice problems
In the house?
In the house.
No.
And he probably kept the field behind us clear of
Yep.
mice too.
So they're all saying maybe next November we need to go to Florida. Okay, we'll think about it. Right now we're just trying to figure out what we're doing for the summertime.
Yeah.
We're working on those plans. Nursing Our Travel Bag says, wonder if Bernie can come to Saguaro. We'll have to research. Some of the trails are no dogs, no pets.
The trails that we went on with X Marks the Spot a couple weeks ago
Were no dogs.
no dogs on the trails.
Yeah.
They left the dogs with the windows down.
It wasn't
and it wasn't that
a hot day.
Hot
It was
day.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, and you look at the weather next week in Tucson, but I think it's going to be in the 60s, like, and at 40 degrees at night. I mean, it'll be a nice day.
It'll be cooler. I think you should be able to bring him.
Yeah.
Why Wait joined us. Welcome.
Hello.
We are on question number 13, tow vehicle or no tow vehicle, and the answer is no tow vehicle because we tow our rig. So if we were set up with
With a Class
like
A.
a Class A or Super C or something like that, we would probably tow a vehicle behind.
Though we're sitting right next to a Super C,
Yeah.
and they have 4 kids.
I don't know how
In
they
there.
fit 4 kids in
I'm
the
not
Super
sure.
C. I don't know.
We haven't had the time to. They're always doing something. We haven't had time to go over and.
It's a huge
chat with them.
vehicle,
It's
though.
massive.
It's massive. It is. Okay, number 14, Buc-ee's or Loves?
I like Buc-ee's.
I know,
Well,
but we never gas
Love-
up there.
You get a better you could probably get a better discount, and it's probably easier to use the truck lanes at Love's.
Yes.
So
except that one just in
uh,
before Dallas.
yeah, not all Love's are the same.
Not all
And we
Loves
found
are
out
the
out
same.
the hard way. But what I like about Buc-ee's is you could probably pull our size RV into any spot.
Buc-ee's is, I mean, their parking lot is massive, and we've
Yeah.
pulled our rig in there multiple times.
I've never had a
So,
problem.
But they sell
But-
diesel, right?
But they say all
They
the
do sell
pumps have diesel.
So
yeah.
you're gonna get a better bargain if you do the Loves and use the program. What's the program?
TSD Logistics.
TSD Logistics. Garrett
You
can.
might the discounts might not be as much now that some of the truckers are starting to push back
Mhm.
and say it's not fair that RVers get to use their program. I'm like,
Why not?
you get a better
It
discount.
helps you get discounts. Anyway, we
it's-
can link our video about TSG Logistics below. We still use the trucker lanes.
Yep.
So, and I don't think we've ever had a confrontation with a trucker saying, "Get out of our lanes."
Only time was in that Loves when they were all trying to drive around us with
They were being
47 foot.
impatient.
Yeah.
X Marks the Spot said we had to leave ours in the truck. No dogs on the trails. Certain trails, and that was the east side.
The east side.
We're close to the west side, and I haven't checked that one out. So
Well, actually, we're almost middle.
we're kind of middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we are. Tunstead says we need a mountain lion for the mice on this farm. Oh, I
Nice.
guess Texas makes everything larger.
Yeah. I'm wondering if the reason they don't allow pets on the trails out there is like with the jumping churros.
Oh, with
Like,
the dogs maybe brushing up
yeah.
against the cacti.
Yeah, they're either,
Mm.
I was pulling
I don't
was
know.
pulling the jumping churro stuff out of the kids' shoes
Yeah.
like tons of times, and so
Bridget said they're going to Florida next winter,
okay.
so she's trying to get us to go.
Well,
with
and I
them.
know there's 1,000 Trails in Florida, and I think the 1,000 Trails Orlando
Yeah.
is like the mecca of 1,000 Trails. It's probably bigger than this place, and it's probably one of the nice ones. And I know a lot of full-time families have been there.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. Heirloom Vision says, what do you recommend for places to travel for newbies? This is Hi from Heirloom Vision.
Awesome.
Welcome to the show, the Heirloom Vision.
It depends on where you're at.
Right, and we have a lot of experience with like the West Coast and the southern states up to about Florida. That's it.
Well, yeah, we've traveled as far east as St. Louis
Yeah.
and Shreveport, Louisiana. And it depends on, I guess, where you're at, where you want, find something local.
If you want to see desert,
Yeah, come to Arizona.
come to Arizona and be ready. There's only 1,000 trails in Arizona, but there's lots of boondocking, and there's like this KOA here in Tucson.
Yeah.
A lot of 50 and above.
55 and above.
55 and above parks. So if that's your age range, that's perfect. For
Yeah.
us, it makes it a little more difficult going into a place.
Well, you're going to find the two places you really find age-restricted RV parks are Arizona and Florida, because that's where all the snowbirds come in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And so there's a huge influx of people coming in for the winter months. Just
if you want mild temperatures in the wintertime, as well as being close enough to mountains to do wintertime sports, Arizona's the way to go, because you can be down south and then you can go up towards the mountains, and I don't know if they have skiing up there or not, but
I think they're
they
skiing.
have snow.
I mean, they're skiing up near Flagstaff,
Yeah.
and there's stuff up there.
Y Wait says loves for the TSD fuel card discount. Woohoo! Nursing Our Travel Bag says beaver nuggets.
Beaver nugget, yep.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Yeah, we love. I love the experience at Buc-ee's.
Tunstead says the same.
Granted, the majority of the items in there aren't healthy to eat.
No.
But it's a fun experience, and if you wanted 400 pounds of cast iron, you can come out with 400 pounds of cast iron.
They sell cast iron.
I sent a picture of that to my dad.
Nursing Our Travel Bug has linked the TSD logistics video that Garrett did in the chat here. For those of you who are rewatching and aren't looking at the chat, we'll have it in the description below as well. So, X Marks the Spot says we are going to Florida this winter. Also, hope to be camp hosts. Well, sounds like everybody's going to Florida. Maybe we should go to Florida. Okay. Isn't there a full-time families like a rally that they do in the fall or the winter or something like that? We need to do another full-time families rally. Yeah. Because we haven't.
Well, we just need to check out the rallies and see what's going on.
Yeah. Because they've all started back up. They're starting to start back up again, so that's good. Okay, we are down to 15. Desert or snow? You're saying dust or cold?
Dust or cold. Yeah.
Desert's been great.
I love snow in the mountains and stuff like that.
I can't see us doing it in this though.
We did it out of necessity.
We did it out of necessity. We have done camping in the wintertime in the snow, and it is not fun. Yeah. It is miserable. So I would say if we could just go to play in the snow and in a cabin somewhere with a wood fire, that'd be nice.
Yep.
And then come back to our trailer. So desert all the way for the wintertime. 16, pull through or back in? It don't matter.
I'm fine with, normally you can get back in size for cheaper, so I'd say back in.
Yeah, and back in kind of is safer for the kids too, because then you don't have like, the pull-throughs usually have a road on both sides.
Yep.
Let's see, number 17, s'mores or hot dogs? S'mores or hot dogs?
S'mores.
S'mores? I mean, I like my s'mores, but a really good hot dog with like everything on it. Onions, sauerkraut, everything. We need to find a Sonoran dog. A Sonoran dog? Yeah. Those are supposed to be spicy though, aren't they?
Yeah, but you can get one that are probably not as
I've been
spicy.
having such bad acid reflux when I eat spicy stuff. It's not fair. I like spicy.
Yeah.
Not fair. Bridget says, let's see, Southern Texas has a lot of 55 plus parks. They're going to explore a few thousand trails in CAL, California. Is that what she's saying? California this spring?
Probably.
Our View of America. We've been in 1,000 trails in California. What was it? Lake
Medina.
Lake Medina. That was okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a man-made lake. I think the Thousand Trails made the lake, and then they built the campground around it.
What was it? It was pretty marshy that spring.
Yeah.
It was March, so
Well, and then that was the night that all the frogs.
they all started chirping.
It was
Croaking.
louder than crickets.
I know. RV of America says Quartzsite is awesome for newbies like us to boondock because it's wide open, easy to
Yes.
park, easy to find a spot. It's not very expensive if you go to the
LTVA.
LTVA area. It's $40 for
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and you'll have access to dumping and water and garbage. So it makes all of the chores easy. And then there's so much of a camaraderie around Quartzsite.
Yeah,
So
we
Quartzsite's a
enjoyed
good
that.
place to like head off to
Yep.
first, I think. There's great boondocking everywhere. You just have to know how to look for it and then scout for it so you don't end up trying to get your
Yeah.
rig into a place that's not
Yeah,
safe.
we usually will go to an area and go to a park for about a week, scout out a bunch of locations while we're there, and then find a place we want to go boondock if there's something available.
Richard M has joined, finished the
Hello.
test. Hello. He does testing often over the internet, so
Yep.
we always seem to be going live when he's doing something.
Just tell the guy to hurry up because he got prior engagements.
The Heirloom Vision is coming from Connecticut, and they're in their 30s. You guys, awesome! Are you traveling with kids, pets? We are traveling with kids, no pets, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, I can't wait to get up to the Northeast.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to traveling the East Coast in an RV, but I know it's
if
doable.
we're gonna get all our states. It's doable. People have done it.
Yeah.
Nursing Our
But I
Travel
want to
Bug
do
did
the
it.
Northeast in the fall. I think
Yeah.
it would be really, really pretty.
Yeah.
And then I really would like, to go explore Florida for sure.
Toonset said, now we are headed to Florida. Let's see. Nursing Our Travel Bug says work camping or something. So hopefully, they've been doing a lot of work camping. I don't know. Natasha, are you done with nursing? Are you like, no more? I know, I'm sort of kind of getting burnt out on the politics of it all and how the market has been swinging up and down and up and down. And one minute you can't find a job and you take the least paying thing to the next month. There's tons of jobs to, okay, now you have a really great job with a really great contract. And then, halfway through, they're going to cancel that contract and make you sign one for like half the pay. I'm just like, I'm done with the politics. I'm done.
Yeah.
The hospitals are taking advantage of us.
Well, and what's sad though is that you as a travel nurse could get blacklisted and blackballed if you do not keep your end of the contract.
But
the hospital can just be like,
demand
and we're
you
just
sign
gonna
a new contract.
change our contract, or
Yeah.
you don't have a job. You're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, how does that?
Nursing Our Travel Bug says, I think many people will be going to Florida this winter after all the other areas freezing. Or Arizona. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Texas froze. You guys, Texas froze. And it wasn't just the north part of the state that is used to getting snowstorms. It was clear down. Nursing Our Travel has come to Mayberry. The Mayberry meetup. They did that in the summertime?
I think it was fall.
Was it fall?
Because they went from.
Oh, that's right, like October time.
Yeah, it was like October time.
Okay, next question. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get through this. So we talked s'mores or hot dogs.
Yep.
Fishing or hiking?
Probably hiking.
Yeah?
I like.
We do hiking more.
The kids like
Kids
the
like
fishing thing, but then I have to clean the fish.
No, I clean them.
What?
You never clean them. I clean them. I like to eat fresh fish that we have caught and to see the kids' faces as they're catching them. And then Timothy not wanting to touch the fish that he caught.
He wants to catch it, but he doesn't want to do anything else with it.
It's a great learning experience. It's a lot of work for us, though. When the kids are starting to do it on their own, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would say, I'd say it's a toss-up. I like both.
Yeah.
We do hiking more because we go to the national parks and we walk. So,
And there's some cool hikes out here in Tucson.
camping alone or camping with friends? Camping with friends.
Camping with friends.
Because we've boondocked before all by ourselves, and we've boondocked with friends.
It's always
and
better
it's
with friends.
so much. I mean, the kids have playmates. We have other adults to talk to.
Well, and then meals get exciting because hey, we're all gonna do this together,
Yeah.
and then it was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's cool.
If
So we all bring a meal together.
If you haven't done it, try caravanning too.
Yes.
Because even that camaraderie on the road with walkie-talkie chat back and forth, and like commenting, "Hey, did you see that?" or laughing at other people, it's as you're driving. It's so much fun, you guys. It's like it's a club, and you want other people on the road to join your club, but you know they can't hear you on the walkie-talkies.
Yeah. If you guys are definitely, if you full-time travel or you are in the area you want to travel with us and it works out,
We'd love to travel.
We'd love to travel with more people. So.
Speaking of traveling, I think we're gonna try to head north towards Montana.
Yep.
By the middle of May, we'll be hitting the road. So if anybody's interested, meeting up with us somewhere on the way. October for Mayberry. So Nursing Our Travel Bug is inviting us to that.
Awesome.
In October. I don't know what we're gonna do in October.
I don't know.
But if we're heading to Florida, we could do Mayberry. The Heirloom Vision, traveling with kids, and yes, you should come to the East Coast in the fall. It's absolutely beautiful. We have been told that, and that's on his bucket list. So, John Shocker says, "Hey guys, when you come to Connecticut, I'll help you find campsites. I know where they're all at." That's great.
Awesome.
Oh, he was a Boy Scout, so he knows where they're all at.
That's awesome. Okay.
Thanks, John. We will look you up. I don't know when we're getting to Connecticut.
I don't know. It's on our list, but so is a ton of other things.
Yep. X marks the spot's wondering if Nursing Our Travel Bug is going to camp host in Florida. They usually try to find camp host jobs for Bill at least. So.
Yeah.
Okay, number 20, winter in Florida or winter in Arizona. We only have experience with Arizona. It is good. It is fantastic. We have friends who are like freezing cold, snowy, or rainy in Washington with our family, and we are enjoying beautiful weather.
It's also, are you a humidity person or dry air person?
This is very dry.
We've had people we knew that came out here during the winter time. They're like, I absolutely hate it. I need to get back to where the humidity's at.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
their bodies are used to that.
The heat and humidity, to me, that's what I can't.
It makes any type of temperature worse. Washington, very humid in the wintertime, very wet, very.
But it
and
never
it's
got
hard,
that hot in the summer.
It's hard to keep the moisture out of the rig. You're constantly fighting it. I mean, even in Texas, you're constantly fighting the moisture, at least in East Texas, where we spend a lot of time.
We have a big dehumidifier.
Yep. I hope that thing keeps working, baby. Dehumidifiers are expensive. Yep. Okay, 21. Berkey or no Berkey? No Berkey, you guys.
No Berkey.
We have something else.
Yep.
We had a conga machine before we started. I mean, a couple of years. I think Timothy was a baby when we bought the thing. We used tax return and bought this machine. It cost us about $4,000, and you maintenance it once a year and do regular cleanings every month.
Yep.
It runs on electricity.
It runs on electricity and it raises the pH level.
It
does a few other things too.
So it cleans a lot of stuff out of the water, just like the Berkey, using a filter that you change once a year. And then it uses the electricity it uses. It has I'm trying to remember what kind of metal that is, that plate in there that changes the molecular structure of the water.
It's multiple, but it basically creates electrolysis.
Yeah.
And then
it takes the molecules that, they throw so much chemicals into our drinking water, and it kind of makes the molecules all clump up into macromolecules. So it'll break all that back down into the micro molecule that it's supposed to be, and then it can change the pH level of your drinking water. So
we have noticed a definite increase once we went to the conga machine, but that's so no Berkey.
Nursing Our Travel Bag says crazy science water. Yeah. Our machine can actually make cleaning solution. Well, it's basically acidic water. It's safe on your skin. I've used it to sanitize hands before. The kids can just spray it on any surface and you just wipe it dry, and it kills 99.9% of bacteria and crap. So
yep.
So that's what we use. Kangen machine. Enagic is the company, and it's out of Japan. Japan
And then
has
if we don't
crazy
have very
stuff.
Enagic, I just go straight from the garden hose.
We filter our water into our fresh tank using just an inline filter, and then for our drinking and cooking water, we use the Kangen machine. So when we're boondocking, we have to have the generator running and fill up a bunch of jugs,
Yep.
and then just when we're through using the jugs, we.
It's kind of weird when you're not boondocking, because then you just have it set up and you're like, just run it, and then if you're not, you're like, you have water maintenance and water like management, and it's a whole thing.
It's about time now, says No Berkey, but interested. Great seeing you all. Got to run. Getting ready to have a live stream tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So maybe check out It's About Time Now at 7:30 p.m. What is that going to be? Arizona time?
I don't know. I don't even know what
we're
time we're in.
Pacific time, so it'll be 3 hours.
Yeah.
7, 6, 5, 4. 4:30. Our
So
time.
shortly,
Yeah.
So it's not that far away.
Not that far along away. Yeah, it's been funny, the time change. He almost went to a service call Sunday morning, an hour early. And I was stopping him like, why are you walking out the door? You're an hour early. What are you doing?
We had scheduled it for 9. For some reason, he thought it was 8:30 that we had scheduled it for.
Oh
And
no.
so I technically would have only been half an hour early instead of an hour. I'm like, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm like right there. And he's like, okay, awesome.
I'm sorry you had so much problem with that, dear. Okay, let me get
But
back to.
my phone was set to Denver time,
For some reason, his
which
phone
is the same
changed.
time zone, except that now it changes because of
It changed, and it wasn't supposed to change. And I'm
not
like,
confusing at all.
You got up early. What are you doing? Okay, so we got through number 21, I think.
Yep.
Number 21, Berkey or No Berkey. 22, washer, dryer in the rig, or laundromat.
Laundromat.
Again, we don't
Mainly
have.
it's just because we have the hookups.
We don't have experience with machine being in the rig, but everything that we have heard is that you have to. It uses a lot of water. It doesn't get your clothes dry enough.
And you're
You
pretty
have
much
to
doing
do
one
really
load a day.
small loads, and you have to do laundry every day. For us to just go to the laundromat, do our 3 or 4 loads
In about an hour and a
for
half.
the week,
Yeah.
get it done, get it home, and fold it all. It takes so much less time. I think it's worth the money that we have to spend. And I think we figured it's about $40 to $50 a month that we're spending for laundry. So that is our perspective.
Yep.
Let's see. Everybody's talking back and forth. Okay. All right, let's go on to the next question. Number 23, air fryer or Instant Pot? We don't have an air fryer, but we had a friend bring one and use it.
No, I mean, it was kind of cool, but it was another gadget. I mean,
It didn't weigh as much as the Instant Pot.
no, but you can't do what the Instant Pot does.
True. I wouldn't be able to make my coconut curry chicken.
Or you couldn't do rice in there, or
Yeah.
I like the Instant Pot. I think it's
We
more
use it all the time for rice. We use it all the time for our coconut curry chicken. We can cook meat in there, just, chicken.
And I mean, you can cook chicken in an air fryer,
True.
but
His air fryer wasn't very big.
No.
Do they make them larger?
I think they do.
Okay. So it was just their size.
X
was
marks the
smaller.
spot could weigh in on that one.
Yeah, X marks the spot. Tell us about this air fryer thing. Or should we just have both? Is that the deal?
Well, you get so many gadgets, and it's like for us, if it can do multiple functions,
That's
it's a lot
true.
more valuable for us than if it's just something that it's an air fryer.
So I do have one. I have one appliance that I've been thinking, why are we carrying this around with us? I only use it for this one dish or 2. And it's heavy. And it's my food processor, you guys. Maybe I'm just not pulling it out as often. We don't pull it out at all when we're boondocking, basically.
Yeah.
I only use it to slice up my cabbage for Oriental cabbage salad. And then I used it to make cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. That's it. And it's really heavy.
Mhm.
It's almost as heavy as the Instant Pot, which is a much bigger.
Well, and the shape of it makes it a lot harder to pull out. So it's like.
Anyway, I don't know. I didn't have it for a while, and then I had Garrett go and get it from my parents' house where it was in storage before we left Washington because I wanted it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got cupboard space. It's just, to try to keep weight down in the rig. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh my goodness, they're having some sort of conversation here about Russia.
What?
I don't know. It's between proceeding onward in America and nursing air travel bug. Did we say
come
hi
on,
to you
keep
guys?
it on your own chat.
Did we say hi to you?
Somewhere
I don't
else.
remember. Did we say hi to POA? Hi POA.
Hi, POA.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
I don't know if I had done that earlier.
It sounds like they're continuing a conversation
Oh,
that's probably
yeah.
going on
They're
their
talking
channel.
about Fabian working with Bill possibly.
Oh,
So
okay.
I hope everybody has jobs over the summer. So
Yeah.
X marks the spot says their air fryer is small. It's very small.
Yeah.
So,
And we were able to
when
run
you're-
it off the generator. It didn't take a ton of power.
No. When you're only living with two, it makes sense that all your appliances are small.
Yeah.
So Instant Pots come a lot smaller than the one we have, for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I keep doing this. I'm sorry, dear. He should be running the electronics here. Okay. Air fryer Instant Pot was number 23. Number 24, we're almost there, guys. We're almost to 30. Are we a planner or spontaneous?
I think financially wise, we end up being a planner.
We have to be a planner. It just
We don't have the income coming in right now
Mhm.
to be like, let's just go and then see
Yeah.
what happens. And
Because if you just go, you end up spending more money because you didn't know that park cost that or this event cost this.
we're already
or-
planning our trip 2 months out from now. And,
And
it's more for her peace of mind to know that we have kind of an idea of what
we need
what's
ducks
going
in a
on.
row, and for traveling from point A to point B, which is what we do a lot of times because of going to nursing contracts. You want to
Yeah.
have like the place that you're going to stay for the night because you're only staying for a night and you got to get there. And
Yeah.
a lot of times you want to have a backup plan. If that plan falls through, if it doesn't work, you always have a backup plan
Uh-huh.
for each stop. So we plan out every step of the journey when we're going from point A to point B for contracts.
Yeah.
Like
And
we
I wanna-
over-plan it.
And we definitely want to do some special stuff that I think you guys are really going to enjoy
Yeah.
on this upcoming trip. And the more people we can meet on the way,
Yeah.
I think the better it's going to make the whole adventure.
Yeah. I think we're going to be more spontaneous this summer just because we will have the time.
Yeah.
We could have been spontaneous in the fall time and winter time because I wasn't working for 4 months, but because of location again, Garrett was in school, we didn't do very much. I mean, we were spontaneous like once.
Yeah.
That's it.
Spontaneous one.
For Thanksgiving,
yeah.
we kind of, we'll do that. But again,
But we
if
had
you're
to get out
trying
of
to
the
get
park. I mean, we were
if-
there for
right, if you're trying to get like reservations at Thousand Trails this or that park over there, you got to kind of have a plan.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, especially high population,
mm.
high destination areas. You want to try and get reservations in. I mean, we have friends of ours. They plan out 2 years in advance their trips.
Ninja makes, this is X marks the spot. Ninja makes one that does nothing Instant Pot and air fryer. Sharon Childers did a video. She got one for Christmas. Okay, we'll have to check it out.
I've heard of
See.
that one. I think
So a Ninja.
Hebrews Travels has
Hebrews
that
Travels has it too.
one. Yeah.
It's John and
Laura.
Laura.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen any videos from them lately. I wonder how they're doing. Anyway, okay, let's check out our next question. So planner or spontaneous? We're really planners. I definitely am the planner.
Now, I think if we
he
started.
does all the planning,
Yeah.
but he does it for me.
Yeah.
I
I
don't have
think
time.
I think it really depends. If we decided to travel more frequently,
Mhm.
we would, and because we had the ability to, we would probably become more spontaneous, or say, oh, 2 weeks out, hey, what if we went here? Okay, and we'll plan
Yeah.
something like that. Right now, we're literally saying, let's plan something that 2 months out, and try and plan it in such a way that we end up here
At
at
the
a certain
end of
time.
it, yeah.
At the end of it.
Yeah. Okay, number 25, remodeled interior or leave it factory. We were a leave it factory at the beginning, and I really wish that we had wanted to remodel. Because like right off, we had Edison who needed a crib, and we didn't remodel soon enough to put up the baby gate to make a crib for him in that lower bunk. And when you did that finally, drilled a couple of holes. That's it. Drilled a couple of holes.
Yep.
It was like life-saving.
Yeah.
It was the best remodel you had done to date. And now we've switched out furniture that we hated, and we've been replacing things that are falling apart.
Yeah.
So definitely remodel until you have the space that is most functional for you.
Well, and we have a lot of friends of ours that have remodeled an RV to fit their needs. So they'll pick up a Class A that doesn't necessarily fit their needs, but they make it their own.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So.
All right, I'm getting this flipping back and forth. It's a little easier. Mommy. Yeah, baby.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Get a cheese stick.
I want banana.
Ask Emma to.
You can have a cheese stick, yeah.
Ask Emma to get you a cheese stick.
John Chacker says, did you hear they started making RV food processors that work off 12 volts? No way! That's cool. Well, we are going to have to check that out. I mean, anything
12 volt is...
Anything 12 volt is awesome. Nursing Our Travel Book says, depends on destination and time frame to get there for whether they're planners or spontaneous.
Yep.
And I've switched back here and already forgotten what the question was.
So let's
I'm
switch back
sorry,
again.
guys. Shower in the rig or in the RV bathhouse? It depends on what kind of...
Honestly, sometimes it's really nice to just have that high pressure. You have the room to move around. I mean, it's not like we have a tiny shower in our RV, but there are times where it's just like, I'm just going to go and take a nice long shower in the bathhouse and just not deal with that.
Nursing Her Travel Book says, stick of cheese. Yeah. So it depends. I like my space. I like being able to, we can turn on our heater just up a degree or two, close the bathroom door, and it just that one little heat vent pumps the hot air into that little tiny space, and you're nice and toasty warm.
It's nice, and then sometimes it's not.
When we're boondocking, you have to take sailor showers, and that's really annoying. If you're at a campground and you're dry docking, basically you don't have sewers. So we did that in Louisiana, and their bathhouse was really nice. It was new, it was large, had electricity, had hot water. It was fantastic. We had to utilize a shower house in Washington State when we were there for 6+ months over the winter time, and their shower house was dinky, falling apart, smelled like mold. It was horrible, but we had no sewer for months. And that
RV park was more expensive than this KOA that we're staying at, which was.
And we had 30 amp.
It was probably
the
least. It was the least amount of amenities, the least amount of power,
Washington,
and the most expensive.
But it was location.
It was the location. Exactly.
Anyway. John Chalker's saying they have coffee pots that run off a 12 volt too. Yeah, well, he does pour over, so.
My coffee takes 0 volts.
0 volts, just some propane to heat up.
Propane to heat up water.
Heat up the water.
And I have a hand grinder and whole beans.
Yep. All right, let me go back to our questions really quick here.
Almost there.
We're almost there. 27, clam tent or awning? Ooh, we've spent some time with friends who had clamshells.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say they don't blow away or break as easy as an awning. And how much do they cost? Probably not.
Probably a couple $100.
$200, which it cost us $400 to replace the awning arms when we busted our awning. So I'm gonna say the clamshell.
Yeah,
even though we don't have one. We don't have one.
To have one.
It's added weight. It does take up space. You have to set it up. Awning's a little bit easier to bring out and such. But the awning doesn't always.
But if it's windy, you can't.
And if it's windy, you can't use it at all.
Well, and we don't tie our awnings down. I know
No.
some types of awnings you can tie it down.
Tie down. Yeah.
And be fine.
Yeah. That's true.
A lot of the older ones are like that.
Yeah. That is true. Okay, next question. 28. Move weekly or move monthly? We have been moving monthly.
Yeah.
Not even. No.
Not even.
I take that back. We've been boondocking and we move every 2 weeks. Because BLM lets you stay for 2 weeks, and that's about the time you need to empty your tank.
Yep.
But we have sat still for months on end, and
Yeah.
it gets boring, but it's kind of nice because you get into a routine.
Well, and last summer when we were in St. Louis,
We just hunkered down.
We just hunkered down. We
Yeah.
got a spot. We're like, how long are you here for? 3 months. We knew
Look it
that
out.
Louisiana or St. Louis, zero boondocking that we could find,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
summertime. You didn't even want to try.
No, it was too hot.
It was too hot.
So we booked it out. Yeah, I'd say we want to move more often,
Hmm.
but maybe not. I don't know. Weekly sounds like a comfortable number, but I
Yeah.
think 2 weeks really works. It really works. You get a good,
Good sense of the area.
Yeah.
You can explore and
Yeah.
go do things.
and if you
yeah.
have friends visiting with you, it's a good amount of time to hang out.
Yeah.
So, we would prefer to move more often than we do.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's next? Let's see. Number 29, hot spot in rig or RV park Wi-Fi.
Usually a hot spot in the rig, primarily because the Wi-Fi in parks are usually so dismal.
Horrible.
The RV park here has TangoNet, which is a great service and a great way to get internet, and you can do high speed, but you pay for it.
Yeah.
And pretty much
Most
it's about
parks you pay
it's
for it.
usually $30 a month
Yeah.
per account that you use. So if you had multiple devices, you wanted to have high speed, you could be paying $60 or more a month just to have 2 devices hooked up.
X marks the spot said, when we were quarantined in Washington, I showered in the bathhouse. They sanitized every day, and I went right after they cleaned. That's smart. That is so
good.
smart. Yeah, and I'm thinking, because you guys were at a park that didn't have sewer,
Yeah.
right? You guys were at.
And I think that also makes a huge difference.
Mhm.
If you're in a park that has full hookups on all the
It's
sites,
much simpler
It's-
to just use your own
Yeah.
space.
but if you have multiple, like you fill up your gray tank so fast.
Yeah.
If you don't have a way
Yeah.
to dump it.
So we utilize bathhouses when we're there for a long enough time,
Yeah.
and we know that we don't have sewer hookups, and that's for park use. When we're boondocking, we use our showers. It's very fast. You shower, you
Yep.
rinse off, you soap everything up while the water's off, and then you rinse off, and then we have to tote that gray water away and dump it. So, yep. All right.
Last question.
I think so. So hotspot or RV park Wi-Fi, mostly hotspot. It's more flexible. You have that set fee that you're paying. Depends on what company you go with.
Yeah.
We've only found a few parks that had decent Wi-Fi, and usually you have to pay for it.
Yep.
Okay, number 30, Blackstone or charcoal grill.
Well,
We've never had a charcoal grill.
I say that it depends on what you're cooking.
Yeah.
The flavor you get from like a smoker, or when Jason cooks for you. It's
Thank you,
second to
Jason
none.
LaRue, for all your food.
However, the Blackstone, it's contact heat, and so you can't just take like a bunch of chicken legs or and just throw them on the grill.
You have to purchase your meat differently.
Yes.
Having thin steaks works. Chopping up the chicken into smaller
Pieces.
strips or bite
So
sizes.
stir fry is
You
great.
can saute veggies on it.
Yeah.
It's you have to think about it being like a flat griddle.
Yes.
If all you do is hamburgers,
Perfect.
hot dogs,
Yep.
this will do the trick.
Yeah.
I love being able to throw veggies onto it and cook them.
But like if it's half of a chicken, we can't cook a half of a chicken on there.
We have to
We have to put it in the oven.
Instant pot it or stick it in the oven. Yeah. And yes, we do use our oven, you guys. We've made Thanksgiving turkey twice.
And I made lasagna this week in
Good
the oven.
job. It
From
was yummy.
scratch.
I
Well,
thought it was out of a
minus the
out of a
noodles.
box,
No.
except that it didn't taste too salty. Mostly lasagnas that are pre-made and you just bake.
Well, it was
They're too
organic.
salty.
It was organic noodles.
Mhm.
And so the recipe that they put on there didn't have a ton of extra
Mm-hmm.
cheap stuff in it. So
X marks the spot says we were in quarantine in Washington. Yeah, I already said that. Oh, they had no sewer and used the Blue Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've been in that park before.
Yeah.
That was a nice park.
Yeah.
Very remote. Everybody had their own little.
Yep.
Like it felt like you weren't in this RV park. You felt like
that
you
was
were
our
in the woods.
first outing as a full-time family.
It's a great place.
Was that park, and we were there for 2 weeks.
It was good.
Yep.
Well, it is 3:30, so we've been on for about an hour. We love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with us. And
So I do have to tell you guys a story because I know that. Are they still on? Yep.
possibly.
They're still on. A few days ago, I got a text,
Oh no.
and the text was like, "Hey, Mr. Tech guy, do you have a link for that 12-volt wall adapter
So you did a video.
that you did a video on, so that we can change out a wall adapter in our RV?" And I'm like, "Sure." So I went and I found the link and I sent it to him.
But you were
But I didn't have the person's name. I just had the number.
you're
and I'm like,
who is this?
Happy to be that way. Like, by all means.
There you go.
Here you go. Like, who is this though? And they're like, "Do you not know who this is?" I'm looking at you right out my window, and I'm like, "What?"
So he goes like tromping out. I'm in reading the kids a story and putting him to bed, and he goes like dashing out of the house, talking loudly on his phone at some point.
Well, at one point they ended up calling, but
Yeah.
they're texting, and they're like, I'm like, "Do you not know who this is?" I'm like, "Well, I've met some people in the park, and I've been giving my cards out, and a lot of people in the park have my card. Maybe it's someone that just watched that video, and I don't know." I'm like, and they're like, "Well, ask your smoking hot wife who this is." I was like, "What?"
My
Like-
smoking hot wife.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay, so who would be saying that?" I'm like,
Somebody we know really well.
somebody
but he
we
doesn't
probably
have
know,
the
but I
phone
don't have the
number.
phone number, so I can't just be like, "Is it this person? Jerry, did you get a new number?" Nope. And so it just was getting weirder and weirder, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then they called me, and I picked it up, and I'm like, as soon as I saw the area code of the phone number, it kind of narrowed it down to me. And I was like, "Oh, I think I know who it is." And she was like, "Do you really not know who this is?" And after I heard the voice, I'm like, "Is this Natasha?"
Miss Natasha from
it's
Nursing Our Travel
Natasha
Bug.
from Nursing Our Travel Bug.
Garrett has Bill's number in his phone, but
But
not
not-
Natasha's.
yeah.
I have Natasha's in my phone, but not Bill's. If we want to talk to Bill, he texts.
Yeah.
If we want to talk to Natasha, I text.
Yeah. And so it was like, okay, wow. So I was like, "You guys, you got me good."
Yeah, they wanted to mess with him, and they were really
Well,
able
here's
to.
the thing. She sent a text message right off the bat, and then she said, "Bill said," I'm like, "Well, who is this?" And then Bill was like, I
You
don't think Garrett knows who this is.
You need to mess.
You need to mess with him." So they
Thanks, Bill.
intentionally went and messed with me
Thanks,
for like half an
Bill.
hour. So,
Nursing Our Travel Book says she is a rascal. Yes, she is.
Yeah, she is.
She's also your boss, so watch out there, Bill. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a video coming out on Wednesday. I don't even know what you're doing on Wednesday. What is it?
our truck wash,
Oh!
our RV wash,
You guys, have you ever taken your RV through one of those
Blue Beacon?
RV
or truck wash.
truck wash? Truck wash. We have done it twice now. It was a really long time between those washes.
So
Anyway,
if you want to take a guess how many times we've washed our RV since we've owned it, twice.
2 times.
So both times has
Two
been
times.
Blue Beacon.
And as soon as we finished our Blue Beacon, we came all the way to Tucson here and camped in the desert in the dust. So now it's all dirty again. But
It's still not as bad as when we got to Quartzsite. It was It was dingy.
Very bad. It was very bad. I can't wait until we have teenage sons that we can send out to wash the RV. So that's my plan.
Most
Raise up
kids
some car washers.
living in regular houses, they get to go mow the lawn.
Yep. Ours are going to wash the rig. Yep. Heirloom Vision thought that was a funny story. Yeah. Seriously, Bill and Natasha from Nursing Our Travel Bug, they are hilarious people. So you have to watch some of their videos and maybe get a chance to meet them in person.
Yep. They are mildly entertaining.
Yeah. Bill says may have put her up to it. For sure.
I
Yep.
know you put her up to it. Because she told me that you put her up to it.
POA thinks it's funny too. All right.
I just definitely, I had to share that story with you guys just on the live stream, so.
Well, you will be seeing lots of videos here on our
Did we want to
upgrades.
challenge anybody?
Oh, yes. Kent and Lisa forgot to challenge people on their live stream, and they had to do a video afterwards.
Well,
so,
I know Nursing Our Travel Bug has already done the challenge.
Okay, well,
so
proceeding onward in America, Tag, you're it. I don't know if you've done it yet. Bridget, if you and Richard want to do it and record yourself, we can put it on our channel if you'd like, or you could just put it on your YouTube. I mean, not YouTube.
your blog.
Your blog, or your
something.
or on Facebook.
Yeah.
So we're challenging you too if you want to do it.
Galleon Adventures.
Yes,
if you're
for
rewatching
sure.
this, you try it.
Garrett will call you, Jerry, and let you know about it. Heirloom Vision, sure, go ahead. Heirloom Vision, would you like to do the
This or that challenge.
this or that RV challenge?
I'll have to
this or that?
copy him because I did not have time to put it in the chat or in the description.
It'll be
But
in the description.
Give me a couple minutes and I'll update it and put it in the description.
So everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us this fine Saturday afternoon. Have yourself a great weekend and an awesome week next week. Join us on Wednesday for our video
Yep.
on washing our rig, and then right after that, join Toonstead for his live
art.
cartooning.
Live cartooning. Yep.
Become a toonie.
Yep.
All right, guys, we love you all.
All right, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, just comment below. Let us know if you like this video as well. And hit that like button. And as always, live life intentionally.
Yeah, sorry, I was
I
like,
threw off. I know.
I forgot what I was gonna say. All right.
And
Live life intentionally. Bye, everybody. I don't know why my brain